Maybe you are looking for a new car, or you simply want to compare the quality of different vehicles out there in the marketplace. Then look no further. This video is for you, because here I will talk about JD Power. JD Power's quality awards and their automotive quality survey that we can use to compare and benchmark the quality of different vehicles out there in the marketplace. So we will talk about what JD Powers is, how does it work, and if we can trust it. And make sure you watch also the second video where I look at the JD Power data and compare Tesla's quality to the rest of the market. So what is JD Power? It is an American consumer research data and analytic firm based in Troy, Michigan. It has about 800 employees worldwide. It was founded in 1968 by James David Power. Conducts surveys of customer satisfaction, product quality, and buyer behavior for the automotive and many other industries. The firm is best known for its customer satisfaction research and benchmarking on new car quality and long-term dependability. Yeah, and then something what is also often criticized is that JD Power reportedly charges hundreds of thousands of dollars to car makers for access to its survey results, a large fee to mention in their advertisement, and has a surveys to help companies make improvements so that they could raise their ranks. So on the one hand side, they do surveys, they sell them to the automakers because, as we will see, these are in-depth surveys with lots and lots of insights, very, very deep information. And at the same time, when a company wins, like a BMW, GM, Nissan, Mercedes, etc., then they have to pay a fee to use the awards in their advertisement. Because when we look here in the history, we can see that Subaru paid JD Power to mention the results of their ranking the first time in 1984 and became the first company to mention the results during a Super Bowl, the 18th Super Bowl. And the JD Power's organization is saying that their rankings have appeared in more than 350,000 television commercials and 2 billion print advertisements. So this is quite a lot. And if we see here then, what else is JD Power doing? What are the customers paying for? You can see here the benchmarking studies. And those are really, really powerful, as we will see in a moment. JD Power conducts nearly 200 benchmarking studies annually, drawing analysis from customer behavior, market data, and so on. And what we can see here, it is also not only doing it in the US, it's doing it in India, Japan, Taiwan, China, many, many, many countries here all around the world. And they have basically 3 major studies. One is the Vehicle Dependability Study, the VDS, where they ask the owners of vehicles after 3 years, how is their experience, how many problems have they experienced. Then they have the IQS, the Initial Quality Study, where they measure problems experienced within the first 90 days of ownership, so 3 months after the car has been purchased by somebody. They ask, how happy are you with this car? How do you rate the quality of this car? How satisfied are you with it? How many problems have you experienced? And then it goes over 200 different questions, really deep into the experience based on different commodities, like about the electronic devices, about the interiors, about the seating, and so on. Yeah, and then there's a final other study, or there are other studies also, but here mentioned the appeal study, automotive performance, execution, and layout, which reflects consumers' attitudes towards a vehicle attribute, as well as dealership services and customer experience. So it's basically how attractive they find the car after using it right now. And then we can look at their website and we can see here the best car ratings of each year. And you can see the different categories. Here you can see the different years. So now I'm here looking at 2022. They can see which brand has most of the awards. You can see here Chevrolet is with 9 awards, number 1, BMW, number 2, Kia, Hyundai, Lexus, and Genesis. Yeah, and here you can see the different categories, and with the highest quality cars, the award winners. Here, for example, you have the category of minivans, small SUV, compact sporty car, compact SUV, many different categories. And yeah, we can just look into one of those. For example, here, large premium SUV. Let's see what happens if we look into this one. And now you can see here more information about the large premium SUV awards. Here you can also see the years. And in this year, or in the last year, the winner was the Jeep Grand Wagoneer. Jeep Grand Wagoneer. And here you can see all the contenders, so the different models. So in this category, there were 7 different vehicles considered. And here you can see how they performed overall, and in quality and reliability, driving experience, and resale value. So in quality and reliability, here it focuses on problems experienced by verified owners that have been shown over the years to be an excellent predictor of long-term durability. So it's based on problem experienced, including defects or malfunctions that the users here experience, and then the driving experience rated on performance, comfort, perceived quality, functionality, safety, and technology. Yeah, and the resale value is how good is the car at maintaining its resale value. So here you can see the scores, and the Grand Wagoneer is the top performer here in this one. And you can see more categories here. We can just, for fun, we can look at another one here. For example, large heavy duty pickups. Why not look at this for a mile to see how that looks? And it's the same structure. You can see here Ford Super Duty F250. Yeah, and what we can see here is that there are only 4 cars in this category. There's something funny sometimes with JD Power. They have so many different categories. I think around 20 or something like this. And in some of the categories, there are really just a handful of cars. But it's the same evaluation for all of the categories, the same criteria. Then you can also look into Google and type the word JD Power Plant Quality Award, and then you will find these studies here where they not only rank vehicles but also rank and award plants, vehicle manufacturing plants of the different companies for their quality performance. And here you come to such an article where it's talking about that during the pandemic, the quality levels have deteriorated for whatever reason. We could discuss this also maybe in another video if you are interested. But here you can see, for example, plant quality awards. And they awarded several plants here. They awarded to General Motors in San Luis Potosi, Mexico, which produces the Chevrolet Equinox and the GMC Terrain. It received the Platinum Plant Quality Award. Yeah. Plant quality awards are based solely on defects and malfunctions and includes design-related problems. That means they are taking out the design-related problems, only what the production plant can influence, and it's kind of a benchmark to be the best plant in the automotive world. And here you have, for example, also Toyota Motor Corporation's Takaoka 1 in Japan. You have Nissan Motor Company Tochigi 1 in Japan. And you have also here BMW Regensburg, which received the Gold Plant Quality Award for Europe and Africa. So also these awards, they are very well perceived in the production world. I know this from my friends at the different automakers, and they are fighting for those awards, and they have them proudly presented in the lobby of their plants or maybe in the offices of the leadership teams and so on. So also this survey can help in this regards to inspire the production teams to produce a better quality. How does JD Power actually perform their survey? They're calling people, they're emailing people, they are meeting them face to face. And in the IQS survey, in the initial quality survey, they ask after 90 days of car ownership 200 questions about 9 different categories, among them infotainment features, controls and displays, exteriors, driving assistance, interior, powertrain, seats, driving experience, and climate. Here I would like to show you also some of the questions so that you can get a better idea what kind of questions they are asking. Overall, how satisfied are you with the quality of your vehicle? How often have you experienced problems with your vehicle since you purchased it? And how would you rate the reliability of your vehicle, the durability, the build quality of your vehicle, the materials, the performance, and so on and so on and so on. So very specific questions, more than 200 in 9 categories that give a lot of insight that is very valuable for the car makers. And that's why they buy the studies to see how they are perceived by the market, and then based on this can run their personal or their individual improvement. And if you would like to see the reports yourself, you can type into Google JD Power Dependability, for example, for the dependability study with the year that you want to see, and it will bring you these reports, what are available. Some are available for free. So here you can see, for example, the 2022 dependability study for the US market. And here you can see the different brands ranked by how many problems they had. So on top, those with less problems, and at the bottom, those with more problems. The problems are in problems per 100 vehicles. So here in the case of Kia, if they have 100 vehicles, those 100 vehicles then had 145 problems. So this is the least in all the brands. And if you go to the bottom, you can see here Land Rover, where they have like 284 problems for each 100 vehicles. So we could see there's a lot of information out there that we can use freely to compare different models and make a buying decision. Still, there are some people who say, no, JD Powers cannot be trusted. What would they say? First of all, they say that there's a problem with how JD Powers counts the problems. So if, for example, a user is asked, how many problems have you experienced in the last 90 days of ownership? All problems are equal. For example, if I drive in sunshine and suddenly my airbag blows off, it's a problem. If I cannot connect my mobile phone to the infotainment, it's a problem. Both are problems, but the quality of those problems and the risk for myself as a driver is totally different. Another thing is that we have seen also when we were looking at the page that some of the categories where they give awards are very, very small. So for example, there was the heavy duty group where only 2 Ford and 2 GM models were listed. That means for both automakers, there's a 50% chance of getting one of those awards. And that means that some people say, oh, these groups, there are too many of them. Who needs all these groups? And why are they designed in a certain way? Maybe they benefit certain automakers more than others. And last but not least, there is the topic of the financial relationship. So automakers are paying to get the information, and JD Powers is also, they're also paying for the awards using the rights in the advertisement to JD Powers. So JD Powers is receiving and depending then on the automotive customers, and normally it's like this, you never bite the hand that is feeding you. Let me know your opinion in the comments, what you think about it. I would really be interested. Do you trust JD Power, or do you think it cannot be trusted? And would you consider it in your buying decision? For me personally, I think it's a great tool because it gives the automakers so much information, because they're interviewing all of them, and always when a new report comes out, the different brands, they can compare each other to see how the other brands are performing and what they can do better. And then they buy the reports, they do the improvement, the continuous improvement, and they also give awards to their own plants so that they can be motivated and produce better quality every day, tomorrow, and in the next years. And this is an expression of how competitive and how quality driven this industry is. And I think it's a good thing. And for me personally, when I would buy a car, I would probably look at the list and not buy the one that is completely at the bottom, although many people are doing it. But I will talk about it in another video when I talk about the quality, vehicle quality of Tesla. Don't miss it, and I see you in the next video.